headed to trial.
On a scale of being 0% certain who shot you to 100% certain who shot you, how certain are you that the person shot at you was the defendant?
200%.
The victim in the shooting at Corewell Troy Beaumont Hospital takes the witness stand and reveals what he thinks set the suspected shooter off. That's the testimony coming out today at a preliminary hearing. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. After the victim testified, the judge in the case ordered Robert Paljusevic to go to trial. Pamela Osborne is following this story for us tonight. Pamela, the victim wasn't the only person who took the stand.
Yeah, we did hear from some police officers today as well, but the victim at the center of this, Tyler Matoin, he was wringing his hands in court today as he testified about this friendship that turned bad and quite literally almost cost him his life.
In the office about here, we currently have an active shooter in the parking structure.
Months later, we're finally getting our first look at the chaos that unfolded inside of Corewell Health Troy on March 20th.
Has anyone been shot or injured that you're aware of? Yes, there is a victim.
The victim, Tyler Matoin, coming face to face with Robert Paljusevic, identifying him as the former friend and co-worker who gunned him down as he ended his shift. Prior to, he says they were close, like brothers, and would often hang out outside of work. But things changed when his father passed in December.
There was a conversation that took place between Robert and I where Robert had said that he would talk to my dad and he would say, like, you know, I wish I could have met you, but your son wouldn't invite me to the funeral.
Matoin says the aggression continued.
On that call, I vocalized that I no longer wanted to continue this friendship. I didn't want to view each other as brothers.
The two still work the grave shift at Corewell Health, and in February they met for coffee, Matoin thought, to close things out. It was friendly at first, but the conversation deteriorated. They went their separate ways, but Matoin's phone rang. It was Paljusevic on FaceTime.
He said, "Hey, look at the, can you see my screen?" And I looked at the phone, and it was my father's prayer card, which on one side has a picture of Jesus, on the other side has a prayer, and Robert was urinating on it, and he was urinating on it, and then he threw it in the toilet, and then I saw it flush.
That was the final straw for Matoin. He describes other uncomfortable encounters prior to March 20th. He talked about that morning, too.
I immediately thought this could be my last moment.
Matoin said Paljusevic had parked next to him. He was getting into his black SUV when Robert walked up, said "What's up?" and started shooting. 5 shots went through his windshield as he ducked for cover. Then
he comes around the driver's side of the car where my door is still open, and a few more shots are discharged. And then I heard like of a gun, so I heard clicks, which indicated to me that either the gun had jammed or the gun was out of bullets.
He says Paljusevic walked back towards his vehicle. The prosecutor says Matoin ran into the hospital for safety, barely escaping with his life.
It is reasonable to infer that his intent was to kill Tyler on that date when he shot multiple times into the vehicle.
Matoin was shot in the arm as well as the shoulder. He was also grazed by one of those bullets. As for Paljusevic, he's facing an assault with intent to murder charge as well as 2 other gun-related charges relating to this shooting. He is still in jail tonight, but coming up at 6 o'clock, you're going to hear about the issue of bond because that did come up in the courtroom today. You'll hear what the judge had to say about that in the next hour. For now, reporting live in Troy, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Okay, we'll see you again in just a little bit. Pamela, thank you.